Hi, I'm Louise.
I'm Heather and we're Ascension Explorers, and we just thought we'd bring you this piece.
Yep, just to... Some of you probably felt exactly what we've been feeling over the last couple of days. This shift in the energy, there's been this feeling of out of time, out of place, shifting sands. How have you felt?
Well, it's about what's going on really. For me it's familiar in a way. It feels like that I'm in between two places yet again, like in between two dimensions or two realms, yet there's more than two realms. It's like an in-between, a hanging place in a sense. I'm not totally comfortable being immersed in the 3D, yet I'm not completely, fully immersed in the other parts of the interdimensional self that I'm really enjoy at times. So I feel like I'm hanging and stretching at times, and I guess in essence I understand what's happening. It's more to do with the shift.
Yeah, seems to me that there's this kind of feeling of truly letting go of a whole lot of things in our lives, and other people that we spoke to are going through similar things, but releasing a lot of energy things and physical things within their life, and undergoing changes. And it's that, for me, it just feels there's that tearing at times, and that feeling of being on a ship that's wading between waves, and it's just really rocky and seasicky type of feeling. And
I know at night time when I'm sleeping I often have very deep and fulfilling sleeps, and other times it's a shake up. It's like I'm going, what am I dreaming about this for? I thought I dealt with that. So it's just more of a shake out and a release, and I feel less attached to that stuff, if you like, than I have done for many years, but it still keeps shifting and shaking. So I thought what we'd do today is, if you don't mind, Lou,
having a old chat to Cifehthr.
Have a chat to the old man, Cifehthr, who is the oversoul energy of Adama Saint-Germain. And for those of you that aren't up with that, and yeah, so I thought we'd have a chat and ask a few questions about these shifts and shakes, because I've had a couple of emails from people that are experiencing things. So you ready?
What about putting some of those questions in to Cifehthr, and maybe you can come up with some...
I will.
Cool.
That's exactly what I want to do.
There you go. Okay. Synchronicity.
Yeah. So
alrighty. Well, I'm going to breathe and ground, and if you want to get ready for the questions and
okay, I'll do that. I'll go and get my questions while you're breathing and grounding. Okay.
I am that I am, of all that is the sovereignty of the domain of my creation. I am Cifehthr. I am. And I greet you this day. I greet you with the warmth of all that I am. Welcome.
Welcome. Welcome, Cifehthr. I'm just going to sit on this table here and just be aware of the camera. So we don't have a camera person at the moment. I guess for me it's wondering what's really happening at this time. We've had some people commenting on shifts and changes, and of course we know this is ongoing, but it seems recently there's been another, another change in energy that many people who are sensitive are aware of. And I received an email from someone this morning who said yesterday they experienced a great shift, and they weren't the only ones. There were many of them that experienced something that happened. It was only yesterday that we were talking over a cup of coffee, and even Lou, while she was in channel, experienced something. So I was wondering if you could elaborate And let us know.
The eternal human query, what was it, why was it, and how do I avoid it again?
What's going on? Or what's up?
Well, as you all are aware of, there are many shifts within the Ascension walk within Gaia herself, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And there is, as she is going through her own ascension, she is shifting vibrationally in frequency, she is changing her format, changing the crystalline energy that she's in. She is moving from one level to another. This is something that is commonplace. Everybody knows this information, or at least they should know this information. But what is occurring more and more is those of you who are on the same vibrational connection of crystalline energy and moving from the integrated I am space to the integrated higher self connection. So the higher self and the connection of I am is becoming more and more integrated. You will become more and more aware of these shifts, more and more aware of that which is the vibrational changes, not only in your own energy, but in the energy that is around. What is occurring is a releasing. Sometimes when you release things, there is a sadness, because you realize that you are letting go of something you've had for a long time. Not because you are necessarily releasing it from you from the aspect side of it, but because you know that in this time, in this moment, it no longer serves you. There are other times when you go through release. It is in a release moment where it is more of a cognate or a communal release, where many of you at a higher sense, at a higher conscious level, agree to energize, to release from this realm a stuckness, a level of covering, to enable a frequency or a fluidity of movement that has not yet been experienced. This is a little of what was occurring yesterday. What was occurring, especially within this limited space of the New Zealand, and probably, I would say, at least 4 or 5 pockets around the world. When I'm talking pockets, I'm not talking small areas, I'm talking cities, where people would have experienced similar sort of things. The Americas, Europe, to be exact, in locations. Perhaps there was also some in the lower regions of the Italy state. Yes? It was an intense feeling of almost being, in the human terminology, you are feeling the sickness of a cold fever, but you are releasing in the body. There is a sickness feeling, a nauseous feeling, where you do not always have the illness to go with the feeling of nausea, but you are nauseous because of a memory. You're feeling an attachment to something that is causing a reaction within your physicality. What was occurring yesterday is that you were undergoing this energetic and physical release, which brought about this physical reaction to some, feeling as if they were standing on shifting sand, as this one said earlier, almost like they were on a board that would not steady. It was vibrating left, right, round, almost as if it was on a couple of balls. And other people would feel that they had this nauseous wave after wave after wave of feeling. Others might have felt within their energy of the heart area a ripping or a releasing and wanting to cry. This in itself is just symptomatic, or a picture within the human physicality of what is occurring on a greater, higher level. So what was occurring around your Gaia at this stage is she was allowing within her state, within her being, within her energetic form, a shift and a change. That she was bringing releases within certain parts of herself. She has spoken to various places on this planet about changes that are going to happen relating to these places. Thus, she is beginning to connect. you're also moving individually into a higher place of being, a higher resonance, a higher frequency, if you wish to call, or you are just allowing the truth of who you are, that I am cognizance, that I am awareness, to be fully integrated to yourself. So you are becoming more and more that which is not just the I am status of balance and the I am that I am, but it is the integration of the I am that I introduced as the Saint Germain energy, right back from that first energetic expression of bringing in the I am and integrating that with the higher self. Now you all are aware of your higher self, how it communicates to you, how it brings down to the very intimate details of that which is the next step for you in your experience, the next step of how it is for you to be in the very resonance place that you need to experience for yourself. And so what you are doing, many of you are beginning to realize that no longer is it the I am that I am and my higher self, but you are bringing them together and you are allowing an integration.